I'm Shannon.
And I'm Holly, and this is a Girls Gone Curious podcast, where we talk about things that make us curious. So, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and relax because your show is loading. Today's episode includes the following trigger warnings: mentioning topics of kidnapping, sexual assault, and murder. This podcast is not suitable for children. Please listen with care. We do apologize if we say any of the names or places wrong in today's case. We had to rearrange some episodes due to time restraints, so this is the second high-profile case from last week's topic. So, let's get into it.
Fair warning, I'm already irritated with this with this one because it involves a kiddo. So some cases are just harder than others to talk about, especially if it involves kiddos. This isn't going to be any different, unfortunately. This is one of those cases where the fear of so many parents is palpable, especially when there are still so many unanswered questions, even today. This is the case of Adam Walsh. Adam John Walsh was born on November 14th, 1974, to parents John and Reve in Hollywood, Florida. Adam loved everything about baseball and, of course, his parents. Adam was everything to them. He was their first and only child at that time. He was said to be a very kind and happy kid. Adam would go on shopping trips with his mama, and on this date of July 27th, 1981, he would do the same. Adam and his mama went to the Sears department store that was in the mall closest to their home. He went into the toy aisle and saw some older kids playing video games. He wanted to stay and watch and maybe get a turn. His mama said it would be okay because she was only going a few aisles over to look at a few things. When she was done, she came back to the toy aisle and didn't see Adam. She went down a few more aisles and still didn't see Adam. Panic began to set in. Where was her son? Did he go to the bathroom? Is he hurt? Did he wander off with the other kids? Reve ran to someone to ask for help. They called over the loudspeaker for Adam Walsh to come to the front at customer service. Adam never came to the front. This is literally like parents' worst nightmare, or at least even before the ending of this case. Your child goes missing. That is absolutely terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours after Adam went missing, a police report was made. John was working with the police while Reve and her mom went through the entire mall looking for Adam. I imagine the gut-wrenching fear that gripped these parents and didn't let go. They began putting up flyers everywhere, interviews for any information on their son's whereabouts, multiple calls to police for updates, literally anything they could do to find their son. A couple of weeks would pass, and a couple of fishermen were going through a canal, and they would find a child's head. Police would be called, and after an autopsy was completed, it was confirmed to be the head of Adam Walsh. No other remains have been found to this day.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The canal is located in Vera Beach, over 120 miles from where the Walshes lived. So, even more questions, but some of them will be answered. When questioned, the fishermen believed that it might have been possible that their movements in the water with the boat disturbed the area where Adam's head was, and that's why it was on the surface. And it wasn't just the fishermen that thought this, was because of the boat in the water. It was also the investigators. They believed that with the motion going on and, that it
brought it to the
surface, yeah.
So...
And this is Florida, so it's very alligator friendly area.
Yeah. So does a head sink, or was it weighed down by stuff, if that's what they're thinking?
Yeah, so I'm thinking that they thought it might have been weighed down because I don't know if it was caught on something or because nobody had spotted it before, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was at the bottom and then floated to the top.
Yeah.
My understanding depending on, it's possible that it did sink, but then with time, as time goes on, it's going to come to the surface unless it's being weighed down by something.
And this happened 2 hours after the report? Or was... Oh, a couple weeks, sorry.
A couple weeks, yeah. Yeah, sorry, we jumped right into right into it.
A couple weeks after.
Yeah. A couple weeks after.
So it could have just been planted there, maybe.
True.
Also, if it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. We'll try to put together a little bit of a timeline once the rest of the details come out, but there's still a lot of information that's not known. The Walsh family was utterly devastated. They had answers to some questions, but so many more questions as to what the hell happened to their son. The investigation of what happened to Adam would begin, and as in most cases, the parents are looked at as potential suspects. John and Reve both took lie detector tests, and both passed. It was also found out that John was working at the time of his son's disappearance. Not that that would matter, because lots of things can happen, and timelines can be lied about. So just because he said he was working doesn't necessarily mean that he was working, but they were both cleared. Another potential suspect was the family friend, Jim Campbell. Jim stayed with the Walshes for a couple of years, and during that time, Jim and Reve had an affair. Reve ended the relationship, and it was believed that Jim may have hurt Adam in retaliation. Jim did end up taking a lie detector test, and he passed. It was also determined that Jim would not be able to physically do what police believed had been done to Adam. No information on how they came to that conclusion.
So how... What?
That's all I saw was one of the reports that said that he had been cleared, that he had passed the lie detector test, which we know you can.
Yeah, you can easily pass that or fail it when you're telling the truth.
Right.
Don't fucking take them.
Right. And then, like, physically, I don't know. I mean, I do know what that means, but looking at pictures of him, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't physically strong enough to do the things he did. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make sense to me, and especially why they wouldn't release why they believe it's not.
Yeah. You're going to have a lot more questions, and you're probably going to get just as pissed. Well, not probably. I know you're going to get pissed off just as much as I am, because this literally was fumbled so badly. The mall security was also questioned during the investigation. The security guard stated that the boys that were playing video games in the toy section were beginning to get out of hand, and he told them they had to leave. It appeared that Adam was part of that group to the security guard, so he also left the store. The security guard watched the boys leave, and that is the last time Adam was reportedly seen.
That's not...
Yeah. So I'm not sure how old these other kiddos were. I don't know if they were I'm assuming they were teenagers.
I mean, I get if it's they're 15, 16 years old and you say oh, you need to get out of the store.
Yeah.
But how old was Adam?
6.
He was 6. You should make sure that their parents aren't in the store before you kick out a child.
And the only thing I can think of is maybe because he's 6, he's not going to, well, my mom is, can you find my mom? Maybe he was scared.
Or maybe he was just getting along or having fun messing with the other kids and wanted to continue that.
Yeah. And he's I'll just wait outside or whichever.
Yeah, I'll just go with them and then, yeah.
Years would go by and no new information would come forward. They had a person of interest, but no evidence to back that up. But on October 10th, 1983, an inmate was serving time in prison for arson. He told his cellmate that he had kidnapped a boy from the Florida Mall and killed him. Otis Toole was the inmate bragging about what he did. Police would then make their way to visit him on October 19th. Toole would confess to murdering Adam. So through this investigation, as they're interrogating him, they took Toole to where he said he abducted Adam. It was a park bench sitting in front of the Sears department store. He said he used candy and toys to lure Adam to him. He said he would then take police to where Adam's remains were buried, but there was nothing in the area. And it was not the area where Adam's head was found. So I'm going to give another trigger warning because there is some graphic details, and yeah, if you don't want to hear this part, then like fast forward like 5 minutes and then good to go. So during the interrogation, Toole was asked to explain what happened. It appeared that he gleefully explained that he lured Adam into his vehicle with candy and toys. When he described what Adam was wearing, he got the colors wrong, but was pretty accurate as to what Adam was wearing the day he was missing. Adam was asking questions and wouldn't stop. Toole ended up punching him in the face as hard as he could. Adam began crying, and Toole killed him. He said he strangled him with the seatbelt to get him to stop crying, raped him, and used a machete to cut off his head. He said that he had to strike his head 4 to 5 times to complete what the fucker wanted to do.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So this piece of shit puts his body in one location in the vehicle and his head in another location in the vehicle. So in 2 separate spots. He said to the police that he tossed the head into the back of the car and got rid of the body, but doesn't remember where he got rid of the body. A few days later, he said he saw the head in the car and just tossed it out the window because he forgot that it was in the car.
How the fuck can you forget that you have a fucking kid's head in the back of your fucking car?
Yeah. Yeah. He's so full of fucking shit, and
more like he wanted to keep that head and maybe do stuff with it before tossing it out the window. Yeah. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And like the smell.
Yeah. That's the other thing I don't understand. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, clearly he...
Yeah. Especially with the Florida heat.
Yeah. I think he enjoyed, or it was literally right after it happened. Not that he...
Yeah, waited a couple
days or a week or whatever it was. Because this is... So Adam's head was found 2 weeks after he was missing. They believe he was murdered. With the timeline, they believe that he was murdered the same day he was taken. And going by what piece of shit said, that is accurate.
I don't give a shit what this piece of shit said.
Right. Yeah. So,
is it possible that this piece of shit was colorblind?
It's possible. He had a lot of health problems.
Yeah, why he got the colors wrong, or maybe he had some sort of eyesight where he couldn't really
determine the
color.
Not that being colorblind is a health issue. It's I just mean like he had a lot of health issues.
Yeah, I'm not saying like colorblind is a health issue. I'm saying what if he had like glaucoma or something and that infected his way he was seeing colors.
Yeah, very possible. Or he, because he's told the police he knew where he buried his body. So maybe, or he took them to where he said he buried his body, but there was nothing there.
Yeah.
So either...
But I mean, it's been a couple years.
Yeah, been a couple years, and you have alligators and...
heat and I don't know weather-wise. Yeah. I don't know if a hurricane could have happened during that.
Right. So it's possible. Toole was informed that his longtime partner was now in prison as well for murders that he committed. So on October 26th, Toole recanted his entire statement.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So it's believed that one of the... Yeah, it's all over the place. It's believed that he possibly wasn't working alone and that he was actually working with his longtime partner and that they were going around abducting and killing people of all ages. So his partner ends up going to prison. So I'm assuming like he was like, well, I'll take the heat. And then his partner ends up in prison and he's like, oh, fuck, no. Because I don't know if he was scared or if he was like, I honestly don't know. He was already in jail. So I don't know what his thinking is.
That's just, that's so weird that he finds out that his partner is in jail or prison now and then all of a sudden recants his statement.
Yeah. And that's the reason why. There's just so many things that just don't fucking make sense about this case. And it's just going to get worse.
Great. Lovely.
Before he recanted, police were able to locate Toole's vehicle. In the vehicle, there was excessive amounts of blood. The carpet was removed, as was a machete. So you could definitely tell that something happened in the vehicle and that the carpet, the rugs, mats, at one point were soaked in blood.
There was a death there.
Yes.
Not for sure if it was true about Adam or not yet.
Right.
But most likely.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. The machete also had blood on it. At this time, DNA testing was not a thing, so the officers were trying to preserve as much evidence as possible. Toole had recanted, and with apparently no evidence, Toole wasn't charged with the murder of Adam yet.
But there was blood and a machete.
Yeah, and he confessed, but then he took it back. So they're like, well, we don't really have all the evidence points to him, but we don't have anything like concrete.
How more concrete can you get besides DNA, which DNA wasn't available then?
Right. But
so how
you have,
machete, blood.
Mm-hmm. He admitted to everything. He admitted to doing it. He described how he did it, what he did to Adam.
Yeah, and what Adam was wearing to almost a T.
Right.
Maybe not the color-wise, but
it was what he was wearing.
If you can remember what he's wearing, then...
Yeah.
Ugh, fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Several tips would come in, and then investigators would work tirelessly to work them, but none were successful. So I need
to... Sure. The way that you're sounding is like they didn't do jack shit.
Yeah. And this is also the views of the parents as well, that the law enforcement was not doing what they could have been doing.
Doing their fucking job.
Yeah. Yeah, let's be real. In 1991, a witness would come forward stating that they saw Adam get into a Cadillac with a man that resembled Toole. The man described the dent on Toole's vehicle. Police did believe this witness because that detail was never released to the public. Still, nothing.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now there's a witness. Yeah. The fucking blood in the car, the machete, the fucking statement, even though he took it back.
Yeah. Yeah. Another potential suspect would emerge in 1992. More witnesses would come forward stating that they saw something strange where Adam's head had been recovered. Not that they had saw a head or a body, but something looked weird. A man in a blue van was walking in the area of the canal and was carrying a white bucket. It looked like he was dumping something into the water. In August of 1992, Jeffrey Dahmer would be questioned on his whereabouts on the day Adam was kidnapped. Dahmer had been in the area and he was seen at the mall the day Adam went missing. Dahmer was also the one in the blue van seen dumping something 3 days before Adam's head was found. Dahmer denied having anything to do with Adam's abduction and murder. Police did believe him because his victims were between the ages of 14 and 32, not as young as Adam was. Dahmer explained that he told them every single one of his victims, and why wouldn't he admit to this one if he had actually done it?
I mean, yeah.
Push forward a few more years, and the advancement of DNA testing is growing. In 1995, the investigators went looking for the blood-soaked carpet that was taken from Toole's car. The mats, carpet, all gone. In fact, the entire car was gone.
How the fuck is the car gone? Where the fuck did it go? What the fuck are they even doing their job?
Yeah, I'm laughing because that was literally my exact reaction. Like, every single time. If I would have had that squishy toy, I would have popped the motherfucker. I'm not even kidding.
I don't...
So, no idea what happened to the carpet or mats. The police have no idea. The chain of events, the evidence log, all of that. They have no idea where that... There is literally no evidence log on the items.
More like the fucking investigators at the time didn't give a shit or were corrupt.
Yeah. Yeah. There was an invoice for the Cadillac, though. It did show that the vehicle had been sold as junk.
How the fuck?
The only piece of evidence apparently left was the machete, but any traces of blood were no longer viable because it had been so degraded, because it was not stored properly. And at that time, they didn't necessarily know how to store that kind of stuff, so that I'll give them, but that's literally the only thing.
But
apparently.
wouldn't like the machete be with the other evidence?
Should be.
So if the machete's there, how is the other stuff not there?
So clearly somebody fucked up. Whether it was intentional or not, somebody fucked up.
And they don't fucking care.
Yeah.
That they fucked up.
Yeah. On September 15th, 1996, Toole died in prison from cirrhosis of the liver and HIV. During his time in prison, police stated that they had over 24 documented confessions to the murder of Adam from Toole.
But
he was never officially charged while he was in prison.
Is this even a fucking case? Like, the investigators aren't doing jack shit.
Yeah. So this case is infuriating in so many different ways. And he recanted the first time, but then he continuously confesses, and there's multiple times, and they still I don't understand why they didn't charge him until somebody else came along, to a new investigator came along and was like, this is all
like what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
But instead, I mean,
when Toole was dying, he had reached out to family. He claimed to have killed hundreds of people with his partner, but he acted alone in the murder of Adam. He did not give any information on where Adam's remains were.
And the spot that he did was nothing was there.
Yeah. Or at least that's what the police didn't find anything. And like
the
I said,
thing
it's been
is,
a couple of years.
But the thing is, were those investigators even actually looking?
Right. Like, did they just do like a...
Oh, I don't see anything. Because, it could be covered. It could have been
buried.
It could have been moved. You should do, a certain amount of...
perimeter type.
Yeah. Was that fucking done? Probably not. Because they're fucking stupid. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah. Anger is totally valid. So we're going to go over the several mistakes that were made throughout this investigation, and Adam's parents were big on reporting this, which is fantastic because you are your child's best advocate for justice. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Especially when fucking investigators don't do their fucking job.
Yeah. They felt like their son's abduction was not taken seriously at first, and then the case itself was not handled correctly. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So no evidence was preserved. No evidence logs were done, or if they were destroyed. The only evidence left was the machete, but that couldn't be tested for anything because it wasn't preserved properly. But we had said, during that time they didn't know, so we'll give them, but nothing else was...
Give them a little, a half pinch of one single soul.
Yeah. A pair of shorts and one sandal was found that matched what Adam was wearing on the day he went missing. That, too, is gone. The bloodstained mats, rugs, just vanished. No knowledge of where those went. The vehicle, which would still possibly have evidence inside, was sold off as junk before the case was closed. The FBI wasn't notified or didn't get involved until a week after Adam was reported missing. And see, to me, that makes me think that they definitely didn't take this seriously, that this was an abduction. Because why the fuck did you not contact them?
Yeah.
Another kicker is that rolls of undeveloped film were found. 98 pictures were taken of the vehicle, and not a single fucking one of them was developed. Why was that? The detectives that eventually found this information had the film developed, and that led to the conclusion that Toole was the person responsible for the murder of Adam Walsh. And on December 16th, 2008, Toole was officially charged with the murder of Adam, and the case was closed.
But it took until 2008.
Yeah. For new investigators to come in with new eyes and find... That's the thing.
You had the literal evidence sitting in your fucking hands.
Yeah.
all you had to do was develop the film that you fucking found.
Right.
And it would have been solved.
Yeah.
Granted, this piece of shit died in prison, but...
He was already serving life sentence for whatever crimes he committed. We'll get into that different time, but...
Adam and his parents and family deserve to have...
closure a hell of a lot sooner than what they did.
Yeah.
There were some advancements made in the safety of children during this tragedy. So,
I would hope so.
Yeah. So, missing children's faces would appear on milk cartons. We talked about this during the Paperboy murders case.
Yeah.
Pictures on shopping bags, flyers, in newspapers, etc. So this was like huge because you go into a grocery store, all of them have milk cartons, all of them have shopping bags, all of them have newspapers, what have you. So this was huge for missing children. Every large police department in the U.S. would have a missing persons unit. It just blows my mind that this is the 80s, between the 80s and early 2000s, and not every large police department, did not have a missing persons unit.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that it was most likely like police worked all the cases, not just specific divisions or whichever, but I don't know, it just blows me away. A national center and database was created and a toll-free number created that was specifically devoted to missing children. In 1982, the Missing Children's Act became law. This mandated that the FBI had to add information about missing children into the National Crime Information Center database. So basically, before this, if your child went missing, it was not included as a crime under their database. I mean, it's a crime. It was a crime, but it wasn't included in the database.
In the FBI's database?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? I don't know.
In 1988, the show America's Most Wanted was created, and the host, John Walsh, it was on air for 23 years, taking off for a few, and then brought back in 2021 with a new host, Elizabeth Vargas. Then in 2023, John became the host again, and this time his son, Callahan, joined him as a co-host.
And we've talked about America's Most Wanted quite a few times in our cases.
Yeah. In 2006, the Adam Walsh Protection Act was signed into action. This created a national sex offender registry. This just blows my mind even more. It took until 2006 for a national sex offender registry to be created.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That pretty much sums it up. I don't understand.
Well, it's just like how not every state had a sex offender registry.
Yeah.
Was it like Oregon? I think that we went over that didn't have one, and if they did have one at the time, it possibly could have caught someone.
Yeah, it would have possibly saved Janie Landers.
Yeah.
The Adam Walsh Outreach Center was created and is now, not just now, but was then turned into and now known as the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And Code Adam. So if you don't know, this was a policy that was created for missing children. Over 20,000 businesses have adopted this policy. You could tell if the company used this policy because there would usually be a blue sticker with white lettering on the entry door that says Code Adam. Each business would do their own variation, it seems, of this policy. Usually an employee would go over the intercom and state Code Adam 3 times, the description of the child, and employees would stand at all entrances and exits of the building. Other employees would help in locating the child. Then once the child was found, an employee would go over the intercom and say cancel Code Adam 3 times.
Why don't more places do this?
So I have worked in a couple different retail places, and my understanding is they took the Code Adam and they changed it because there are some cases where the criminal took the child and either cut their hair, changed their clothes, hurt the child because they hurt the child in the bathroom or somewhere somewhere else because they knew that they were going to get caught if they tried to take the child out of the store.
Mm-hmm.
So other stores it might be code red, even though you think that'd be fire, but some have code red.
So they have something different to kind of mask it.
Yeah. So that way the child hopefully can, they can find the child and return the child to the parents. And I have been a part of a couple of these when I worked in retail. And one of the companies that I worked for, we didn't have Code Adam. I cannot remember what it was. It was usually we just did the description. Well, we would do I'm just going to say, because I cannot remember for the life of me, but I'm just going to say code 33 3 times. And then we would do the description of the child. We would have people go to all of the exits and entrances, and then all employees would stop what they were doing except for the cashiers and go and help look for the child. Most of the time the kiddos were in the toy aisle or they were down the candy aisle. Picking out snacks because mom and dad said no, but they were in the candy aisle. So luckily it was mostly that's what it was. But most companies have something like that, and they choose not to do the Code Adam because that phrase is well known.
Yeah.
And they want to protect the kiddos.
Yeah. I get that.
I do have some mentionings. I don't know if you want me to say them first or if you want to do some questions beforehand.
I don't really have any questions. Okay. It's more of like a side thing.
Okay.
Only thing that I wrote down is when you said it was in the beginning of the case where a cellmate basically ratted out Tool for telling him what he was doing. And I was just thinking, how many prisoners tell their cellmates and their cellmates don't say anything?
Yeah, that's a good point.
How many cases could be solved if every single cellmate or whatever confessed to what their cellmate was saying?
Yeah. And is it because they don't get,
if they're already
some time off
life in prison, so they're not going to do anything, or they get off on knowing whatever the POS did.
That's true. They could as well, especially with the crimes, that he committed. Maybe his cellmate was the same type of person.
Well, I mean, his cellmate did say that he confessed, but I'm just thinking in general, what if all of them confessed? How many cases could be solved, or could be a turning point for the case? It just got me thinking about that. I'm like, that would... Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever know the statistics of that because it's not gonna...
The first case that popped into my head when you said that was the Clutter family that was murdered.
Yeah.
It was a cellmate that ended up confessing. I mean, a cellmate ended up...
Confessing
and, saying, this is what their plan is, and this is what I was told, this is what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's just an interesting thing that I thought of while you were talking about it.
That is very interesting. So just some mentionings. In 1988, the piece of shit wrote a letter to John and Reve demanding $5,000. If they paid it, he would tell them where they could find their son. I could not find any information if they did send him the money, if they gave the letter to the police, and then the police were
well, they probably didn't give shit to the police because the police weren't doing fucking anything.
True. The next one is luminol was used in Tool's car. This was used to show the presence of blood, and there was an abundance of blood.
Obviously.
Yeah. In one of the images taken, it is said that it looks like Adam's face on the floor. America's Most Wanted show was able to help in the capture of over 2,000 fugitives since it has been on air.
It helped in John List.
Yeah.
He killed his whole family and then took off to a different state and married another woman, and they did a age progression.
Yeah.
And that's how they found him.
Yeah.
It's crazy that
it's wild.
A TV show is solving cases.
Yeah.
or helping solve cases.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah. John and Reve had 3 more kiddos, Megan, Callahan, and Hayden. The entire family works as advocates for missing and exploited children.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
That's all you have?
That's all I have.
That's all you have?
That's all I have. No updates, no.
I mean, his case is solved, but there's just, like, his body.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could have been eaten by alligators if it was disposed in a area.
Yeah. If he was telling the truth about where it was.
Where it was, or it could be in that area where he was saying it was at the time, and they just didn't
do their job.
Yeah.
So this is one of the cases that is like, it's solved, but it feels like
it's not solved in the same way.
Yeah.
Like, it's unfinished.
Yeah, it feels unfinished.
Unfinished.
Absolutely.
It just feels I guess unfinished. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not complete. I mean, I don't want to say complete because it's not.
Yeah.
It just feels empty still.
Mm-hmm. I just did remember another mentioning. So, another trigger warning. Going into the autopsy, they did perform the autopsy on Adam's head, and they did state that he did, the front part where he was punched was damaged, but that the cause of death was asphyxiation. So he was gone before he was decapitated and raped.
Fucking disgusting. He cut off.
I'm assuming he did everything.
Assault and then all that, and then cut off that?
That's what I'm assuming, yeah. At least that's the way the piece of shit kind of describes it, and that's the way the events kind of...
Unless he's lying about that to make himself not look as much of a piece of shit, but like...
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to leave this in there or not, but he did, the piece of fucking rotten trash also said that, was bragging that he was the youngest that he had.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So I hope that karma was a beautiful poison for him. Yeah.
Something. I don't fucking know. This case sucks ass.
I didn't want to. This is why I have literally put this case off for so long, because this is one of the first cases I was going to do. Like, when we first started, this was literally one of the first 10 cases that popped into my head. And I was like, nope. And I was like, I'm going to do it now because...
Yeah. I don't really have any words or ways to describe how much of a piece of shit this person is. Mm-hmm. And how messed up it is that detectives didn't do their job.
Yeah.
And it honestly probably happens way more than we'd ever hope it happened.
Yeah. There was speculation that the reason why it appeared that the police were dragging their feet is because of the public. Like, this case obviously is received a shit ton of media attention. And also you have John Walsh, who is doing the show America's, and so he's in the public eye as well.
That would make me feel like they would want to do their best because they're in the public eye. Mm-hmm.
And that was just one that they were thinking it's a possibility that...
Yeah, and the thing is, they just had to develop that film when they found it.
Yeah.
And it would have been...
Yeah.
And you possibly could have gotten more answers from the piece of shit.
Right.
When you confronted him like, hey, look, we have solid evidence.
Right.
You can't say that you didn't do this. And maybe he would confess about some stuff.
Yeah. But no.
No.
That was not the case.
Instead, they fucking sold the car.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah, and who knows what happened to... And that's what I kind of wonder, too, like, since they sold the car for junk, did they sell the... Because, there's those individuals who are into, like, that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
that
and did they sell it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or did someone come in and steal it? I don't get it.
It's like those people that went to the Ed Gaines property and would like collect dirt and I seen a thing on TikTok, just of course fucking TikTok. This girl, I mean, it's if it's for you, it's for you, I guess, but I don't see the appeal in it. But she was at this convention type thing, but it seemed like it was like a private convention.
Okay.
And she had to put on gloves, and they were passing around a piece of Ed Gein's like actual like flannel. And it's like, what? I don't see the...
Yeah, I don't...
I mean, me and you are curious like about all of this stuff, but I don't want...
I'm not touching the fucker's shit.
I don't want to see the stupid fucker shit.
Yeah.
I don't... It's just like there's some people out there that are just a little too...
Curious.
I mean, this whole fucking podcast is curious, but...
I don't think we're that level of curious.
I think there's like a line that I feel like you shouldn't cross.
Yeah, that's interesting. And another very good example of that is when we did Bonnie and Clyde, and they were trying to take his finger.
Yeah.
Or a piece of his ear. And they were cutting off pieces of her hair. Like, what the fuck? Well, I want his trigger finger. What the fuck?
Why the fuck would you find the appeal in...
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But then you have the whole... I'm scared to look on eBay, honestly. Like, I know this totally, but like people sell things that they said that they were following people and they spit out a piece of gum and they took that from that person and tried to sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
I heard a case a while back. A couple of years ago, I think. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if it was like Bailey's Arian or Murder with My Husband or her side podcast. That's I think it's just called like it's called Into the Dark. I can't remember exactly where I heard it from, but it was pretty much like a Craigslist killer.
Yeah, okay.
They would transgender. I can't remember if it was like transgender woman or transgender man, but it was a transgender that was like, it was like a bunch of them that would like sell themselves on Craigslist. Pretty much prostitution.
Yeah.
And this person would like set up, a meeting, and then he would kill them.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think I remember... Maybe there was a documentary I watched. I can't remember. I mean, I do remember something about that, yeah. Is Craigslist even a thing anymore?
I think it is. Yeah, Craigslist is still out there, but I know they have now changed their stuff, and they have like, what's it called?
Like guidelines?
Guidelines, yeah, they have guidelines. You can't put certain stuff, like you can't sell yourself on eBay or Craigslist anymore. I don't know if this is the same one, but Phil Markoff, I don't know if that's the same.
Oh, yeah.
But when I looked up Craigslist killer, that's what came up.
Yeah, I can't remember. Probably we'll be doing a future case.
Probably. I can't believe this is fucking episode 102.
Yeah.
Is it 102?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 102. We're over 100 episodes.
Over a year and over 100
What episodes. The fuck? So we're almost releasing 100 episodes every year. If we keep going with this.
Yeah. And honestly, we probably would have.
Yeah.
We probably would have done 100 within a year.
Yeah, if we didn't have the family
emergencies that we
had. And our schedules. For a while, we didn't like post.
Yeah.
We didn't crack down. We'd always post like a day late or something like that because the Mondays and Thursdays, which just didn't work for us.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we switched to Tuesdays and Fridays because that just gives us more time.
Me too. Like, I knew a lot of the details before researching this case, but then like fully researching it, it was like, what the, like there was so many what the fuck moments. And like I said, I literally would have popped those squishies if I would have had one in my hand, because it was so frustrating. I can't even imagine being.
No, I couldn't imagine being a parent or even a family member or even just knowing that person.
Yeah. Like, I am so angry and for the family. Like,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this is bad to say. Like, I wish Adam never went missing and he was alive and healthy.
Yeah.
But if he didn't go missing, then America's Most Wanted most likely wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Which, just thinking about that is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like, this show became because
of a child that was murdered. Yeah.
And because some investigators didn't do their job.
Yeah.
Whether that be on purpose or not on purpose, I don't know what the hell happened, but something was... That's definitely not okay to lose DNA.
No.
That's not okay to lose evidence.
Yeah. And it's, to me, it's like, it's not like it was a bottle cap. It was literally a whole fucking...
It was a whole fucking car.
Yeah.
And then you had film just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't think to, we should develop it.
Yeah.
No, you just let it sit there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can develop it because it's fucking camera.
Right.
They're not going to create a camera and have film that you can't develop.
Right.
It is fucking ridiculous. It just pisses me off all over again. And oh, man. I think this whole case is just unfortunate and...
Eat a dick.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Our hearts go out to the victims and all affected in this case. With that is all we have for today. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Girls Gone Curious Podcast. Until next time.